Okay. I'm sorry I'm late. Work got crazy. Let me go to my stuffs and fix my stream. Okay. Bitrate is not great right now. I need to edit the stream. It's been so long, I don't remember how to change this. Oh, here it is. Get all my poop in a group. Is there like a programming that isn't a game? No. Okay. Then we're gonna be just chatting. Gotta fix these. There's so many games that have code in the name. I mean, I could just not have a category, but that's boring. Sure. Hell, I don't know. Okay, let's see if... Beautiful. So audio's working. I went back and looked, and my other stream had 0 audio, so all of my commentary was gone. Love that. We love it. We love it. All right, so the goal for today, let me put it over here. And I don't know if like muting this is going to make a difference. So let me try that really quick. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Let me add a source. Okay. Let's open up the code. And we're going to go here. And the goal for today is to be able to get some information back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put excuse me. Jams on, so that way we're not sitting here in silence looking at each other. And this playlist is exactly the amount of time we want to work. Beautiful. Hi.
Hi, can I bug you?
You can, but I'm streaming.
Just trying to feed the girls.
Okay. You want me to help you?
Yeah.
Okay. They can look at my code.
Huh?
I said they can look at my code.
I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm coming. I'll be right back. Let me mute my mic. There we go. Had to feed the girls. Okay, let me turn down music now. There we go. Oh, it still feels, oh, too loud. There we go. Okay, so get a little notepad. Ooh, let's do a sticky note. I forgot Windows has sticky notes. Okay, so our to-dos. Or wait, we'll put stream goals. Put this over here. So we want to be able to get all BTS members. We might already be able to do that, but for sure, want to make sure we can do that. The second thing, let me go and look and see like what the hell's going on. So I think the server's done. If I go and open a terminal and go into server. Oh. Apps. Server. And then go to my package.json. Start dev. Beautiful. Okay, so our server works, so that's great. Even though that was on my GitHub terminal, it's fine. We'll rename this to backend. And then we'll rename this one to GitHub. Here, we'll just put backend. Okay. And then let's go ahead and put, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So our server's working. Good deal. So that means package.json is good for now, and these are good for now as well. So we've got 4 routers. We've got our BTS router, which is, I think I remember where I left off with this. I left off where I was trying to, let me go pull up my ChatGPT. Yeah, so what I was doing is making it to where it was following the MVC design pattern, which stands for Model View Controller. And basically what I'm doing here is I'm creating a full stack application for people that like BTS to be able to create an account and have their bias as like a role. Let me turn my sound down a little bit so I'm not in the yellow. So they can come in, they can have their bias as their role, and then they can save albums and songs to their favorites. And that's where I'm at right now. So I'm making the back end first. And what I was doing was trying to incorporate Prisma because at my work, they have, turn that down just a little bit more. They have been using Prisma for their projects. And so while I don't need to know Prisma, I was curious about it because I was not taught Prisma. And let me just tell you that it was a pain in the ass. For lack of a better term, it was a pain in the ass. So I have Prisma for the table. The table's here. And I did Prisma for the seed file. Yeah. And then when I got to the routers, I said I'm done with Prisma. And so I was like, okay, cool. I don't need to do Prisma for anything else. I hate it. Let's just move on. So we're just going to do straight Node, Express, whatever. So the way that I was... Do I have a whimsical? Because it'd probably be easier for y'all to see this, like, visually. And it probably helped me, too. Because I drew it on, like, a piece of paper. But... Okay. So untitled, we'll put BTS project. We'll just move that over here. And basically, we're going to see if we have a, I think in this one. Yeah, can we like, yes, that's exactly what I need. Okay, so we're going to use this. Oh. What? Oh, okay. I'm so confused. Whimsical has gotten a lot since. There we go. Gotten a lot different. Yeah, let me use the hand. I think this is just explaining like what this is. Can I not get... Yeah, I don't need all this. I'm good. Okay. I've got shapes and connectors. I think we're going to use this table here. And then I don't think we need any of this yet. Cool. I'm gonna keep the tip on this one just because I want to make sure I have the relationships right, because that was the one thing that I was really confused about whenever I was making the tables, and why I think making one of these now is going to be really helpful, even though that part's done. So let's turn this off. And real quick, we need to set a timer. For 30 minutes. Beautiful. Okie dokie. Plus, this will kind of help me get back into what this looks like. Can I just, like, copy this? Cool. And then zoom in. So this, I called this backend because that's what the BT stands for. And then let me put the code side by side because it's been a hot minute, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I was starting the users router. Okay. So we want to get all. Okay, let's update this. So let's be able to register a user. And we want to be able to get all users. And get user by ID. And then I have update user and delete user. So ideally everything but login. And the only reason I'm not doing login right now is because I don't have my authentication set up. And I don't necessarily know how I want to do that per se. So we'll do update user and delete user. Because I know once we get into actually building the routes out, it won't take that long. So I'll feel really good if we have these done. I think this one is done. The only thing I don't have is like the middleware. I think. Yeah, let's do it without middleware. We'll have like a little stretch goal. To start the middleware. Because I know that coding time is gonna fly by. I'm gonna get sidetracked and all that good stuff. So put that right there so that way people can see what we got going on. And then we will get started with actually making this. Because then that'll help you all get an idea of what the tables are, the relationship between them, and then you can kind of follow along. So I do not have the tables open. Is it here? No, this is empty. Config's open. Okay, this is just doing our Prisma client. And I did it this way because if I do it this way, it will just use one client and just stay open. Whereas if I did it the other way, I'd have to put it in every single file. And that seemed redundant, and I don't want to repeat myself. So there's that. And then the index.js, we're doing this. So it's got our bcrypt rounds, which I have bcrypt installed. I just haven't done the whole hashing and everything. I've got my node environment, so we've got that set to development, and then we've got our port, and then we've got our secret. And I've got that in my env file. Obviously, I'm not going to show you my env file because that would be unsafe. Now, if you can see, there's actually 2 env files. So I have one env file in my server, and I have one right here. The reason I have one in my server is because when I tried to use this one, my server couldn't read it, and so I had to put it in here. So I'm keeping this one for now, just in case I need it. And if not, then I can get rid of it. So, and then let me back up just a little bit. So I have the client, which is the front end, and then the server, which is the back end, in one big project. And I don't necessarily like to do this. However, the reason that I'm doing this is because a lot of my students have had trouble deploying what's called a monorepo. And so I'm building this project so I can kind of get an idea of what the struggles are, so that way I can help them or like make resources to help them out. And also because they told me it was difficult and I said it's not that difficult. So this is me trying to actually see if I'm wrong or not. So trying to see if I can put I guess it's not the end of the world. Just put it over. I'll just minimize my OBS and we'll keep this over here. There we go. Okie dokie. So we are going into the server and I am looking for the schema. And basically what I'm doing right here is we're gonna look at the tables, words are hard, one at a time. And I'm gonna just fill this out in Whimsical and I'm gonna put it on the screen you can't see, just so I can get it finished. I don't know what ID field A means, but we're gonna leave that there. And then we also have in our Bangtan model, we have a name. Oh, this is gonna be an int. Name is gonna be a string. We have stage names. And those of you that know of BTS, they have their stage names, and some of them do different names for their solo stuff. So, for example, my bias, aka my favorite person, is Yoongi. I'm sure you could tell for those of you that know BTS, because he's my background. But so his name is Min Yoongi. His stage name for like with BTS is Suga, and then for his solo things he does Augusty. So he has 3 different names, and I wanted to have all of those names available so that way it showed on a card or his profile or however I wanted to look on the front end. And then like Hobie, his name is, oh my goodness, I have trouble pronouncing his name. I think it's like Jean Hosak, but he has a nickname, Hobie. I don't think I'm gonna put Hobie in there, but he goes by J-Hope with all the members together. And then he also, I don't think he has ever like actually went by this name, but he also kind of goes by Hope World a little bit. Not 100% sure if that's just like his calling thing that he does. fun fact about J-Hope, one of his idols is J. Cole. And Cole had, I don't know if he calls himself Cole World or if he has an album called Cole World, but that is kind of, he took that as like a little bit of an inspiration from his idol to kind of bring that over to his stuff, which I thought was really cool. Anyway, going on a tangent. So they have different stage names, and so the stage names is actually an array. So it's gonna be an array. And then we have albums and songs, which are both arrays. Okay, so that table's finished. I'm really curious as to why there's like the purple versus white tables. I don't know. I'll have to look that up later, but because I don't think that they all. I mean, I guess technically the album table and the song table correlate with the Bangtan table. So, okay. And then, like, the user table, that would be the other purple table. So, it's one thing that I'm finding that I do not like about Whimsical versus like a Figma is with Figma, I can just move things and it's fine. Whereas with Whimsical, I have to click the little hand or hold down the space bar. And in Figma, I can just like hit control and move around if I hold down the mouse button. So that's a little annoying, but it's okay. Just my two thoughts on Whimsical. Okay, so this is going to be the users table. Or I'm sorry, I did user singular. That's the one thing that, looking back, what I should have done is made the models plural, because I have them plural here in the Bangtan table, but they're singular in these arrays. But if I do that, then I have to reseed my database, and I don't necessarily want to do that right now. So okay, so we have email, we have password, so email is a type string, password is a string, name is a string, we have bias, and bias, just for those of you that aren't in the K-pop world, basically it's who's your favorite. So I made bias like a role, but they don't really have roles in Prisma. So what I did was I made it an enum, which is basically the same thing as a role, according to them. I feel like that is way too simplified, but we're going with it for now. I got really confused going through the documentation for Prisma, it's kind of my fault because I was kind of doing multiple things at the same time. So it's kind of on me, kind of not. But okay, so we have the Bangtan table. We've got the user table. Now, we do have this third column here, and I think it would be beneficial to add this third column. Because, like, for the IDs, we want it to, be @ID. Actually, I'm not going to do the @ because Whimsical wants you to, like, tag somebody. So we're going to say that the ID is default, and then we also want that to auto increment. That doesn't look like it's spelled correctly, but it is. Okay, and then the rest of the Bangtan table doesn't have that. So we're going to go down to the user table. And again, I'm just over here adding this. So try to put this over here so we can do both at the same time. So for user, we have the same thing. So I'm just going to, oh, no, we're not going to do that. Do that. So the email, we want the email to be unique. We don't want there to be 2 people with the same email. The password is fine. The name, fine. Now for our bias, we are going to have a default. So if you don't choose, you're going to have a default of, and now I understand why they did the of OT7. And so what that means for those of you that are not K-pop people or BTS Army is like 1 through 7. So that's all 7 of them instead of like having a specific bias. K-pop is interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna actually change this to that on both of these, just so that way it matches a little bit. Okay, and then we're done with that one. Cool. So these are our 2 big tables. And now we're going to do the smaller tables. So I'm going to start with Bangtan. And I wish that there was like an easier way to do this. I'm just going to copy it. It's fine. Cool. So we've got, we know we're gonna have this table, which is the stage names, and then we're gonna have this table as the albums and this table as the songs. Can you, that little sidebar is really annoying. Okay, stage names, and then albums, and then songs. Beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this user table down a little bit because we're not worried about it right now. I'm going to spread these out just a little bit. There we go. Beautiful. Now, I would originally do like fill these out. I'm going to see if I need to space them any differently real quick though. So this one's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one's going to have like, or this one's going to have like 8. Five, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do it that way. And then for song, oh, see, I did it. I put it plural because that's how it was in the Bangtan table. That's going to be an annoying thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one's also going to have 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then stage name has 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where I probably put too many. Because the way Prisma works with tables is it has the foreign key already in there. So let me just do that real quick. Cool. Okie dokie. So now we're going to do our connectors. And we're going to go from here to here. And that is going to be, we're going to put here albums. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Just gonna put it in the middle there. And then stage names. Go. And then just move this up just a tad. Not that much. And then this is going to be songs. Okay, and then this told us that 1 to many, many to many, 1 to 0 or 1, and then 1 to 1. Okay, so I think a lot of these are going to be 1 to many, at least for these. Okay, for stage names, one person can have many stage names. Do that. One person can have many albums. And then have that there because one album can have many songs. See, this is where things are going to get a little hairy. So I think this is a many to many, now that I think about it. Because we also have over here because one album can have many songs, and many songs can be on many albums because of the way that they do specific things. Technically, the way I seeded it, though, pretty sure the way I seeded it, I just put multiple. Maybe. Yeah. So what we'll have to do is either on the front end, it really just depends on what we want to do with the songs and the albums. If we want to have it to where we see how many albums a certain song is on or what albums a certain song is on, I feel like that is a little bit much, but I think we will handle that later. So, get rid of our seed file. So that's why I am doing this. But for I'm trying to think. Part of me thinks that this one is a one to many. Because technically we have BTS as a whole as a separate entity. So I think I'm going to actually change that. There we go. Oh, wait. There we go. So it is a one to many. Perfect. Okie dokie. So we've got that mapped out. Now users is what we were. Let's double check our goals. So we're focused on users. We have not stayed true to what we're doing. Love that for me. So we have 2 more tables that we need to do. We have fave songs and fave albums. And this one is going to be many to many. Okay, album. Beautiful. Now, this is your 10-second warning. So, in about 10 seconds, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to finish typing this, and then we'll be good to go. Take a break. We already know that this is going to be a mini to mini. Yay! I think that was all of our tables. Yeah. Because I don't think we need this. Cool. All right, let's take a little breaky break. I'm going to take like a 5 minutes. There we go. So I'm gonna mute and eat a little snack, and we'll reconvene in about 5 minutes. Alrighty. There we go. Another 30 minutes. Okay. So we've got that. So now let's go build some routes. Beautiful. Okay. So we have this post request. Now, do I have Postman installed? Do I have Insomnia installed? I do. So we got to have something to test this stuff with. Okie dokie. And I started a little collection. And then let me grab the... I know this is terrible. I don't remember what the URL is. Fail. Okay, let me move this over here for a second and look at my ENV. Okie dokie. So we've got that on. HTTPS / BTS / register. This is why you don't do register as your first one. You should probably do a get. Let me do this get really quick. Okay. So we are going to res.status, and that's going to be a 200, and we're going to do .json, and we want to this is where, because it's been so long, Jess doesn't know. Okay, so this is where we would grab the, so we wouldn't do the curlies. And this would be where we put the users. Users doesn't exist yet, so we would do const users is equal to, and then what we would do is, so this is why I had this models thing right here, because I could do user models and then pull them in. Boo, boo, boo. Okay. Let's create a new JavaScript file, and we'll call it user models. And then let me go grab a reference. Stupid two-factor authentication. Okie dokie. Let's see. Trying to see if I have one. Is it this one? Love that. Okay, sweet. This is where I need to grab so just to give you an idea, this is how I was taught to do models. So it is using connects. So I'm trying to not use connects. So that's why your girl is struggling a little bit. And I don't want to go to ChatGPT because it's just going to give me the code. So let me pull up the Postgres. I'm fairly confident. Documentation. Might have to. I just have to say, hey, don't give me any code. Yeah, because this is, the documentation is only giving us SQL. So let me go to maybe Node. Creating model functions with Postgres. Okay, I found a Medium article and a Stack Overflow. Okay, cool. So I'm just overthinking it. I love that for me. API. Really rich. This does not have what I need. Love to see it. This is annoying. Annoying. Okay. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to connect to the database. And we're going to use pool. Do I not have PG installed? I love that for me. Okay, so what I put over here, I think probably is when I was doing the Prisma client. That's why I remember it. Great question. Let's put it in the server package.json, por favor. Sweet. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do const pool is equal to new capital P pool, and then this is gonna have information in here. So we need to give it our user, and we're going to say process.env, and let me check my env file really quick. So I have them commented out. Oh, that's for the server. I think because I have the connection URL, I shouldn't have to uncomment that. But I also think it's gonna break because I don't have the exact stuff. Cool. Love to see that. Can you create a PG pool with a database URL in your env file? We're gonna see. Okay, so the author of Node Postgres says using PG Connect is the way to go in a web environment. So centralize all access to your database and your app to one file. Yeah. This. Okay, as of 2019, pool's the way to go now. Okay, so I can just do a connection string. Cool. Whoop! I almost made myself unsafe. That would have been bad. Okay. So we're going to change user to connection string. And we're going to say process.env.database URL. And then have this person put SSL false, max 20. Go with the second choice. Oh my goodness. I think I've just, excuse me, made things more complicated than it needed to be. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Okay, so this person is using pool. Interesting. But this is in their server file. Now I'm super confused. This is why you don't wait forever to leave JavaScript or backend stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow. Connecting to Postgres database using Node. Yeah, maybe we'll use this one. Let's see what their code looks like. Okay, so they've got a database URL. Okay, so they don't have anything else in their pool. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it until I need to add something. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything that, like, we needed. So apparently we need to turn on the pool. Okay. Instead of going through the build process, you want to create tables directly. Okay. This person is setting up. Okay, so the models are technically the controller, I'm guessing. That was one thing that I was really confused about because I've heard the word models. I was taught using the word models. And then I'm like, okay, so what is a controller? So I think we already did the .env config though. Because this was fine. This is so weird. Like, the more I'm digging into this, the more it makes me want to just go back and use connects. But I need to be able to adapt, so okay, we got reflection with the 5 methods, create, get all, get one. Yeah, let me look at get all. Okay, so we're importing DB. What? Gotcha. Okay. This is what? Okay, something is not. Okay, so we've got pool. We've got pool. Okay. There's so many different ways to do this. This is insane. Oh, that's for the route. Okay. But like the way that Google has it is this. And so it's grabbing pool, and then it has all of the functions in this one, like, big ol' variable. And I don't want to do that. So what I want to do is do just like an export const, and then this is going to be get users. Obviously this is going to be async, and we don't need anything actually. And then we need our arrow. And this is very interesting. So the way that they've done it is they have like the query, and then they do it this way, and we're going to say select everything from users. But this is the name of the table, so it's going to be user. Oh, is it users? Okay. I figured. Yeah, like we have to connect it to the schema. Let's see. Emotions are nice. Me good ride. It gonna be a good night. Forever, you and I. Okay. Fine. Fine. I'll play. I'll play. But I do need to bring in so that means we don't need this. We just need to pull in from where did I put it? Got it here. I put this specifically somewhere so I didn't have to do it over and over and over again. Oh, it's in my config. Yeah, so prisma. So I actually don't need this, but it's working. But it's redundant, so I need to fix it. Yeah. Oop. I think it's that one and not this one. Yeah. Cool. Alright, so that should fix that. I just looked and I need to turn the sound on, but I don't want it to scare me. Like the timer. Okie dokie. So this is gonna take a minute, and then prisma dot user dot find mini. And I don't need anything in here because we're grabbing all of them. And then module dot exports. Okay. That can go. So now, okay, that's why I had this. So we don't need that in here. So we're gonna say const and we're gonna say big user. And we're gonna say require. And we're gonna go ahead and do that just so that way we can change it to user's model. Not modal, model. Actually, no, let's just do it from here. There we go. So get all users. So we're gonna say users is equal to user dot what was it, get all? Oh no. Let me just split this. Get users, not my goodness gracious. There we go. Alright, so now let's go to Insomnia. And we're gonna do /bts/users. So we're getting an SSL connect error. I wonder if it can't read the from the client. Oh no, it looks like it's my fault. That's fine. Oops. Yep. Okay. So we got a different error. That's fine. Do I need to put my credentials in here? Probably. No. I guess it would be, I wonder if it's because I don't have PG admin open. Probably. I don't want to create. Yeah, so I got BTS right here. Alright, so let's try this again now that this is on. Nope. Alright, so let's query. Just make sure. Oops. What? Oh, crap. This is so annoying. Oh, is it capital U user? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. I can make it right. Let's try this again. Select all from user. That's no. That's what I thought. I don't need this one. Well, we'll just leave it. I'm so confused. It's okay. We got this. We can do this. Even though it's gonna drive me bonkers. We can do it. Slash API slash BTS slash users. No. I feel like this is like super simple and I'm just overcomplicating it. I think it's because I'm tired. It has to be. I know this is so simple. I'm pretty sure this is right, though. Oh my god. It wasn't a get. Okay, it's still a problem. Good. Oh, wait. Gosh, Jess, look at your terminal. Requires not defined. Okay. I thought we weren't allowed to import. What? I mean, I guess it'll return it when it can. My gosh, this person is doing way too much. Okay, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. Because I'm getting aggravated. Okay. Obviously, we know this is working. I feel like there's one like gigantic step that I'm just missing. And it's annoying me. Let's see if Aaron's. Okay. That's fine. We shouldn't have to change that. That's fine. Okay. So mine matches. So what the? I'm peeved. Okay. obviously it's mad. So if I there, we'll get rid of that. I don't understand why it doesn't like this. I'm about to lose my mind. I wonder. I mean, this is the only thing. So that seems a little stupid. Yeah, it says require is not defined. Why is it not defined? The only thing I think of is this. But then it's not the client. Yeah. So you have to have those. I'm so confused right now. Let's see what the Google says. Hmm. Let me go look at my package.json. Yeah, I don't have that. Okay, so change it to MJS. Yeah, that didn't fix it at all. What's about to happen is we're gonna just I wonder if it's because of the import here. Yeah, is it happy now? Cool. Why does it say module is not defined? Oh, is it mad because I just have one? Not defined in module.exports. I wonder if it's because of this. No, it's still mad. I'm about to not use a separate file. This is about to be. I know, I need an async here. It's fine. Everything's fine. Do it the way it wants me to do it, even though that's not the way I want to do it. Oh, so now you're just gonna be mad for no reason. Okay. Love that. I don't get it because everything was fine. That article did not help me at all. Love that. It has to be this. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That is so freaking annoying. I might throw a fit. I just might. I shouldn't be using that. Okay, let me look at my... Okay. Let me... close all. Let's see if that helps. Okay. Now that we've fixed all that, Lord have mercy. Okay. So I was using the wrong port, basically, because now I'm getting this. But I think it's because I don't have /API right here in the router. I bet it's because I don't have a try catch. That'll do it. It's like a bunch of just little shit. Okay. Okay, let's see if our... Okay, so now it's saying that that port's in use. Yeah, there's one user in there. I feel like it's something so freaking small. And it's really getting on my nerves. Yeah, so I'm using... Okay, so it wants an output here. Okay. Wait. Why does it have that twice? Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, we're importing it. This is insane. Like, there's too much. Okay, I've got that. I'm about to just get rid of this and start over and not use Prisma. Because I could have had this finished. Yeah, we're gonna call it. Cause I'm just not. Let me push what I got. Part of me doesn't even want to push what I've got. Because I don't know that I did anything helpful. All I did was break it. I'm so peeved. hoping that next week, I mean, technically, the route is done. We're just troubleshooting. Technically, this one's done. Oh no, that one's not done. Because we, like, are saying there's a new user, but we're not saving it anywhere. So, like, it won't exist after reset. So we finished this, but it's not working. And I feel like it's something so stupid. Because I'm tired. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, Jess, you suck. Okay, well, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to. Typical. But it is what it is. First time coding in a hot minute, so. But cannot get the endpoint to work in Insomnia. Cool. Okay, well, I hope you accomplished something. I didn't, but I mean, I guess I did. Let's reframe it. I was able to create this endpoint right here. And even though it's not working, it is correct. Technically. So, I don't know how. I mean, I guess I could fix that really quick, but it's fine. I'll do it tomorrow. Okie dokie. Let me go ahead and stop the stream for tonight. As far as schedule goes, I don't have anything planned on the schedule for the rest of the week until Monday. And then Monday, we're going to do an Infinity Nikki stream. I might pop something up randomly. It really just depends. But if I don't, then I will see you all on Monday. Okay, bye. Have a good night, morning, evening, whatever.